Prince Charles of England tests positive for the coronavirus. A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the People's Forum of Industries with Big Stone. The news in details. The Prince of Wales has tested positive for coronavirus, Clarence House has announced. Prince Charles, 71, is displaying mild symptoms but otherwise remain in good health, a spokesman said. Added that the Duchess of Cornwall, 72, has been tested but does not have the virus. Charles and Camilla are now self-isolated at Balmoral. Buckingham Palace said the Queen last saw her son, the heir to the throne, on the 12th of March, but was in good health. The palace added that the Duke of Edinburgh was not present at that meeting and that the Queen was now following all the appropriate advice with regards to her welfare. A Clarence House statement read, in accordance with government and medicinal advice, the Prince and the Duchess are now self-isolated at home in Scotland. The tests were carried out by the NHS in Aberdeenshire, where they met the criteria required for testing. It is not possible to ascertain from whom the Prince caught the virus, owing to the high number of engagements he carried out in his public role during recent weeks. The Duke and Duchess arrived in Scotland on Sunday. Charles has been displaying mild symptoms over the weekend and was tested by the NHS in Aberdeenshire on Monday. The results came through on Tuesday night, showing he was positive. Charles is still working, is up and about, and in good spirits. The 71-year-old heir to the throne last saw the Queen briefly on the 12th of March. 3 days earlier, mother and son had more protracted contact during the Commonwealth Day service. It is important to re-emphasize the Queen is in good health. She moved to Windsor last week, but the Duke of Edinburgh, who came from his usual residence at Sandringham in Norfolk. Given their age, 93 and 98 respectively, there will be particular care taken that they are not jeopardized by this virus. Prince Charles and Camilla will be following governmental advice and isolating separately. It is not a huge house, but certainly big enough to isolate yourself within it. They've got a small staff with them, and it's expected Charles will now be in Scotland for a couple of weeks, recovering from the symptoms. The Prince's last public engagement was on 12th of March, the same day he last saw the Queen, when he attended a dinner in aid of the Australian bushfire relief and recovery effort. However, Charles has also been working from home over the last few days and has had a number of private meetings with Highgrove and Duchy of Cornwall individuals, all of whom have been made aware. A number of household staff at Burkhall, the Prince residence, and the Balmoral estate are now self-isolated at their own homes. A palace source said that the Prince has spoken to both the Queen and his sons, the Duke of Cambridge and Sussex, and is in good spirit. Now, Jamaica, only me a chat to. I want to understand where I come from with this. I'm dead serious. If Prince Charles can catch the virus, then who is we? Who is we when I have them level of security, have them level of distancing, have them level of medical care? Who is we for not take the necessary precaution and consider this thing a very, very, very dangerous and serious? Last night I watched a movie named Pandemic. That movie was made 13 years ago. And to be honest with you, that movie, Pandemic, and for those who don't see it, you need to go out and watch that movie. Even though the virus in the movie killed very easily and in a short space of time, you still need to take the necessary precaution. Jamaica, I don't know how much more for telling you now. Maybe the last time I tell you this. I'm practicing social distancing. I'm practicing hygiene. I'm practicing the necessary precaution in staying away from large group of people, and so should you. This is a serious, serious case. Go watch the movie named Pandemic and you will see the big stone I talk about. Take care of yourself and make sure if you don't have the virus, check on yourself in a hospital or self quarantine yourself. A big stone. So.